Alright, so we're running a little more lunging here. Just getting a bit of a drink. So we got some distractions. So he's a very social dog. And a big part of this is just in learning how to socialize and engage with the handler. So I've been standing here for before this video started, so for about a minute. And I'm just going to start walking. And his little curiosity means he's got to make a choice. Curiosity took him towards those things, and then he had to go, do I stick with my curiosity or do I move with that guy? And he's starting to get a lot better about understanding that moving with me is in his best interests. Right there, he exercised his right to challenge what he knows to be true. It's his right. Thinking animal. We're going to let him learn through experiential learning. And that experiential learning says, all right, keep some slack in the line. The only way he can keep slack in the line is being aware of his proximity to me. There, he forgets about it again, or he just doesn't care. And then he learns again. Moving towards me restored his comfort. Yay. Now we're going to give him another spot. Start moving as I'm moving. He's got to choose to pay attention to his proximity to me. Or does he try to be friends elsewhere? It's okay for him to try to be friends. It's all very positive. But he's paying at least enough attention to the line behind him to put slack in that line. Rider, place. Make both their lives easier. I'll move slightly away. And he's going to check out with those. Nice. As he thought about checking out with those, he moved a little towards me, check in, and he does the same thing. He's a Yorkie, so he thinks he's as big as that Newfoundland. And the German Shepherd's his best friend. And checks in there. New best friend, I should say. He didn't know him 3 days ago. So we're letting him say hi to some of these bigger creatures, which are like people. So you do the same setup with people if you don't have dogs. And he just gets to choose who to hang out with. Looking at me, slack is in the line. Which means he's sitting there going, he'd like to hang out with them, but he can exercise some self-control. Doesn't have to be at the end of the line pulling, because it's not getting him anything. And he can smell them from there far more comfortably than when he's squeezing at the end of the line. And then we move our spots again. And he can choose to hang out with them, or he can choose to come with me. Very quickly, no pressure, no nothing. Chooses to come walking with me. Nice. Now he's going to choose to hang out with me. He's going to find out there's a party going on over here. There's a party going on. Oh, yes, there is. Yes, there is. It's one of the best things for him is being held and getting little snuggles. So I decided to give him a little bit of those snuggles when he chose to hang out with me. Just let him know that I'm throwing a party over here. He wants to go to that party, that's fine. But he can't do much over there. And it turns out I'm throwing a better party anyway. So he goes, well, if that party's over, I'm going to leave. You go, well, there's still nothing over there. So that's the problem with if everything gets reinforced by you adding something to it. Once adding things ceases, the behavior goes away. So most of this exercise is based, in fact, the entirety of this exercise is based on him learning that doing the right thing restores comfort, not that we have to add things to the equation constantly. He's paying attention. He's with me. You come back to this area. Bed for him to check out if he wants to. Dogs are there. And sit over here. Now, if he chose to stay over here within that proximity, we can start holding him accountable to it. But until he actually has the desire to hang out with me, and until he actually comes to the conclusion that leaving me is futile, then I can't correct what he hasn't discovered to be correct. So we need about 80 minutes of exposure here before we can even think about holding him accountable. And that's accountable to choosing me, because he has to actually have decided to choose me at each of these points. So that's where we're at. We're getting a little bit better about him choosing me. He's finding out there is actually some benefit to coming towards me. But until the instinct to leave me is at least being moderated a little bit, he finds out that it's futile to try. I don't want to tell him he's wrong.